Kyle Richards has finally opened up about something fans have been wondering for a long time: what really happened with her first relationship after separating from Mauricio Umansky. For years, Kyle and Mauricio were seen as one of the strongest couples in the Real Housewives universe. They built a life together, raised 4 daughters, and showed what looked like a solid, loving marriage on screen. So, when news broke that they had separated after 27 years, it shocked viewers everywhere. People didn't just want to know why the marriage ended, they also wanted to know what happened next, especially when rumors started swirling that Kyle had moved on. After the separation, Kyle found herself in a completely new phase of life. For the first time since her early 20s, she wasn't part of a married couple. That alone was a huge emotional shift. She had gone from being a wife and partner for nearly 3 decades to suddenly standing on her own. Kyle has admitted that this period was confusing, emotional, and scary at times. There was sadness over what she had lost, but also curiosity about what life could look like moving forward. Eventually, Kyle did meet someone new. And according to her, this wasn't just a casual situation. She has said very clearly that she fell hard. The connection felt real, intense, and meaningful, especially because it came at a time when her heart was wide open. After such a long marriage, experiencing new emotions with someone else can feel overwhelming. Kyle has described it as both exciting and terrifying. Exciting because it reminded her that she could still feel love. Terrifying because everything was unfamiliar. What many people assumed was that this relationship ended because of drama, cheating, or some kind of explosive argument. But that's not what Kyle says happened. In fact, she has explained that the relationship didn't fail because of a lack of feelings. The feelings were there. What caused the relationship to fall apart was the pressure that came with being connected to someone so famous. Kyle has lived her life in the public eye for years. She's used to cameras, headlines, gossip blogs, and fans speculating about every move she makes. That lifestyle, while not easy, is something she knows how to handle. The person she was dating, however, did not feel the same way. Kyle has explained that not everyone is built for that kind of attention. What might seem manageable to her felt overwhelming to the other person. Every outing became a story. Every photo turned into a headline. Every silence sparked rumors. Kyle has said that people felt entitled to answers about her personal life, and that constant pressure started to weigh heavily on the relationship. She felt like she could deal with the noise, but the person she was with struggled under that spotlight, and that difference mattered. Kyle has been very clear that she didn't want to force someone she cared about into a world they weren't comfortable living in. She believes that love also means protection. Protecting someone's peace. Protecting their privacy. And when she realized that the public attention was hurting the relationship more than helping it, she had to face a hard truth. She has said that timing was a huge factor. The timing just wasn't right. She was at a stage in her life where she was learning to be okay on her own, while also being open to love. The other person wasn't in a place where they could handle being connected to someone under constant scrutiny. That mismatch in timing and lifestyle created a gap that feelings alone couldn't fix. One of the most honest things Kyle has shared is that she was still healing when this relationship happened. Coming out of a 27-year marriage doesn't mean you're instantly ready for something new, even if you think you are. There are fears that creep in. Fear of being alone, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of repeating old patterns. Kyle has admitted that part of her jumped into this relationship because it felt comforting during a painful time. But as time went on, she started to realize that she didn't want to make decisions based on fear anymore. She didn't want to hold on to something just because she was scared of being alone. That realization was a turning point for her. Letting go wasn't easy, but she understood that staying in a relationship that wasn't sustainable would only lead to more pain down the road. Of course, fans immediately began speculating about who this mystery person was. Many pointed to Morgan Wade, a country singer Kyle has been close to and supportive of. Their friendship sparked intense rumors online, with people analyzing photos, lyrics, and appearances. Kyle, however, has been careful with her words. She has never confirmed exactly who the relationship was with, and she has made it clear that she doesn't want to put labels on things that involve other people's lives. Kyle has also spoken about how frustrating it can be when people assume they're owed details about her personal relationships. She understands curiosity, especially since she's on a reality show, but she also draws a line. She has said that just because she shares parts of her life doesn't mean every detail belongs to the public, especially when someone else's comfort and privacy are involved. On Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, her castmates had mixed reactions. Some were supportive and understanding, recognizing how hard it must be to navigate dating after such a long marriage. Others pushed for more answers, questioning why Kyle was being so guarded. Kyle stood her ground. She made it clear that she wasn't willing to betray someone's trust just to satisfy gossip or storylines. This experience taught Kyle a lot about what she wants moving forward. She has said that she's no longer afraid of being alone, and that's a big change for her. For years, her identity was closely tied to being a wife and mother. Now she's learning who she is as an individual. That doesn't mean she's closed off to love. It just means she's not chasing it out of fear anymore. Kyle has also shared that she's not actively dating or using apps. She describes herself as someone who believes in letting things happen naturally. If love comes again, she wants it to be with someone who understands her life, respects her boundaries, and is comfortable with the reality of being with a public figure. She doesn't want to shrink herself or hide parts of her life to make a relationship work. At the same time, she's focused on her family, her friendships, and her own growth. Her daughters remain her top priority, and she's been open about how important it is for them to see her happy and emotionally healthy. She wants to set an example that it's okay to walk away from situations that no longer serve you, even if there are still feelings involved. Looking back, Kyle doesn't seem bitter about the relationship ending. There's no anger in the way she talks about it. Instead, there's acceptance. She acknowledges that it was meaningful, that it taught her something, and that it helped her understand herself better. Sometimes relationships don't fail because they were bad. Sometimes they end because they were meant to be a chapter, not the whole story. This chapter of Kyle's life has also shown a different side of her to viewers. Less polished, more vulnerable, more honest. She's not pretending to have all the answers. She's admitting that she's still figuring things out. And for many fans, that honesty is refreshing. It makes her story relatable, especially to anyone who has had to start over later in life. Kyle's journey after Mauricio isn't about rushing into a new fairy tale romance. It's about healing, self-discovery, and learning to trust herself again. She's learned that love should add peace to your life, not stress. And if a relationship requires you to constantly defend it or explain it to the world, it may not be the right one, no matter how strong the feelings are. As of now, Kyle says she's single and okay with that. She's open to love, but she's not searching for it desperately. She believes that when the right person comes along, the timing will align, the lifestyle will make sense, and the relationship won't feel like a battle against the world. For fans watching her story unfold, this isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a real-life reminder that endings don't always mean failure. Sometimes they mean growth, and sometimes walking away is the bravest and healthiest choice you can make.